Hey, all you cool cats and kittens, welcome to week 3 of Intro to Law. I'm recording myself this week. Professor Dayton is got an artichoke dip hangover from the Super Bowl last night. If you watched the Super Bowl, you saw the Green Bay Packers absolutely win over the Kansas City Chiefs, at least when the recount comes back from the last week of playoffs. Anyways, this week we are going to continue the American court system and get into alternative dispute resolution. And we are also going to talk about how to write a memo. So I have lectures for you on video about this to give you some tips on writing memos that will improve your performance in this class, in the workplace in the future, and in life. If you were in the large lecture class, which most of you are by the numbers, your groups have been assigned, all right? So go ahead, and I hope you are in contact with them because you have your first group assignment due on Thursday. So if you have questions about how to get in touch with your group members, Module 0.3 gives you group work info, including how you view your groups, how you message your group members, and how you can start a group discussion. You can also search for group members' emails on the front page of uiowa.edu. There is something called directory there. It's kind of like a big phone book, if that's a thing that you remember. You're probably too young to remember phone books. But anyways, it's got everybody's name and email address and phone number in that. So you can also use the messaging system that's within Icon, or it will send it to them. So I don't have any special powers to help you find your group members. Emailing me, those kind of will probably go to the bottom of the list because I've given you all the tools that you need to reach them. Now, having said that, there are still people who will be possibly dropping the class, and they don't always let me know. And when someone drops the class, they can stay on the Icon site for a couple weeks sometimes. So you may have a group member that's non-responsive. Please don't email me about that. Again, there's nothing I can do. What you should do is, as it states in the directions on your assignment, right at the bottom, if any group members were unreachable or did not respond, and they'll have points deducted. They won't get points for their work. Please be gentle with each other. It's a pandemic. We're all working remotely, most of us, and it's very difficult sometimes to respond to all the emails, texts, different things that people send. I had a couple groups get kind of ugly last semester with sending me messages of text trying to show that somebody didn't respond on time. I don't want to get involved, folks. Professor Dayton doesn't either. This is a 600-person company. We're the CEOs. You wouldn't email your CEO if a team member isn't working. I've given you dispute resolution tips and techniques in Module 0.3 in terms of how to get on the same page as a group, how to work together, how to talk to a group member who maybe isn't at the same level as you, but also realize that people are sick, their families are sick. We have a lot of people who have lost family members in the pandemic. So please go gentle on that. There is a provision to fire a group member if they are not truly not participating and attempting to free ride. That procedure is in there. Read that carefully if you have to go down that road. I don't recommend it, but it's a possibility. All right. So one of the main things with this, obviously we have substantive skills that we want you to learn in your groups. And work together on these aspects about the law and about ethics. But this is also training on how to work together in groups, because when you get into the quote real world of corporate America, everything is a group project. Okay. No matter what field you are in, you will be working with other people, and your boss is not going to want you to be going to them and saying, so-and-so is not pulling their weight. I want credit and I want you to take money away from them. It doesn't work that way in the real world. Okay, so we expect you to approach this as professionals. professionals in training and learn to work together to solve your own problems rather than just kind of asking somebody else to solve them for you. You will learn a lot by working in groups. If you've had intro to management, you're going to have a similar experience in there. If you haven't had that yet, you will. And a lot of your classes are going to have you doing group work. I understand it's more challenging because of the pandemic in some ways, but remote group work, virtual teams are something that I predict, will be here to stay long after the pandemic. And so we have all these wonderful technological tools like Zoom and Google Docs and Google Meet, and I'm sure you will find a way to work together on these assignments. All right, so keep in mind that your first assignment is due this Thursday if you were in the large lecture. Honors section, you'll be forming up your groups, and I will give you further instructions in class. That's what we've got planned for this week. Getting into next week, we'll start to talk about business ethics and social responsibility, which I always enjoy. As always, please be healthy, be safe, and I look forward to seeing you next week. Have a great week, guys. We'll see you later.